Good morning and welcome to Lieutenant Governor choice number dos. So, on one end of the state, you have Republican Party doing a unity day meeting where they're going to be introducing Jeanette Nunez as the Lieutenant Governor candidate. And on the other end of the state, as we speak, Andrew Gillum is nominating Chris King to be his Lieutenant Governor. So, this is 5 minutes of Francis on the Lieutenant Governor pick for Mr. Gillum and a little update on that race. So, who is Chris King? Well, if you're a Democrat, you may have seen his name. I just kind of ignored it. Chris King ran for governor. He was the fourth or fifth guy that I couldn't remember in the other video. He spent a lot of money and got 4.5% of the vote. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing when you're picking a lieutenant governor or if you're taking a number two. So there's this perception that the Democrats needed a unity ticket. I actually thought that would be a bad choice by picking Gwen Graham, and Andrew Gillum agreed with me on that, apparently. The one thing about picking a vested candidate, somebody not a vested, a candidate that you throttled in a primary, is that they tend to normally they're elder statesmen, or they tend to add something to balance you out, or they can fill in a narrative that you're trying to run with. In this case, it's the latter. Chris King is going to be turning 40, which means whoever the governor and lieutenant governor is, the combined age will be under 80. He is mega rich. Now, not rich like Jeff Green, but he's got a lot of paper. And you may be saying, well, why would a progressive want somebody who's wealthy? Well, that's sort of why he wants somebody who's wealthy. Progressives don't go after wealth, they go after income. And so a man who has has properties in 5 different states, like Chris King, he makes his money off of the investment income there, which is generally not really well taxed, and we don't go after wealth. So for progressives, it's sort of why conservatives joke on them, because they're not going after wealth. But he does have a lot of zeros in his name, at least 7. And that's a good qualification when you have his Andrew Gillum's campaign. He can now not necessarily have to go through the Soros route to try to get ads on TV. He's got somebody with a lot of money. That guy wants to be governor, even though no lieutenant governor has ever won statewide office on their own. But that's his future, and that's what he wants. He also ran as a progressive, so it helps unify that progressive wing ticket, which is go with us, we are for change. And I think that Gillum thinks that all Democrats are just going to vote for him, and so this will help get out even more of that far left vote in a base versus base election. We'll see. That gets contrasted a little bit with DeSantis, who, as some people were following last night on Twitter, Jeanette Nunez had a tweet out there about Donald Trump and the word KKK from 2016. I kind of think he picked her on the ticket to balance out the perceived racism, because, well, when you're a Republican, you're always a racist, as at least to some people. And you know what? Might as well choose somebody who, if you're going to call them a racist, well, you called Donald Trump a member of the KKK before he was the nominee. So, and that sort of balances it out. Maybe he's trying to do a balance ticket on the other extreme to try to get some of those moderate votes who would look at his endorsement from Trump as a reason to never vote for him. We'll see. Jeanette Nunez did delete the tweet sometime last night, but it's there for posterity for people that want to look at it. So that's where we are in the race right now. And tomorrow, like I said, later today, I'm going to do something on polls, about why some polls are good, some polls are bad, and what actually look at them. It's actually kind of underrated, the importance of polls. The latest polls I saw out there, it's basically statistically tied, a couple point lead from Gillum, and we'll see if that'll hold, especially with especially with the position of not moving to the middle but moving to the left. So you have one candidate on the Republican side trying to move a little bit towards the middle. You have another candidate on the Democrat side trying to move even more to the left. We'll see how that pans out. Like and subscribe, and we'll talk later on today. And importantly, football season starts tonight, and I will have all of my football picks. I do all 256 picks plus the playoffs. I'll tell you who I think is going to win the Super Bowl by picking every single game. I'm not going to put a video of us picking every single game, but I'm going to put up the records, and what I'll do every week is just compare, see how my preseason picks went with what I think that week and what actually happens. Thanks for watching. Bye.